Bradford Manufacturing Week is coming in October, when you will have the chance to find out about all the exciting jobs that are within engineering and manufacturing here in Bradford. Nick Garthwaite is the Bradford Chamber of Commerce President and the Managing Director of an international chemical company based in Bradford.
Yeah, what do you do with your hands? Yeah, I know.
Smiles are plenty at the launch of the first ever Bradford Manufacturing Week, but the reason for the initiative is no laughing matter. The city has more under 18s than anywhere else in the country, but it seems they don't want to work for businesses that make things.
We have some 1,200 businesses in manufacturing, some of whom, we struggle to get new employees year on year. So this is a really great opportunity for us to bring young people into our companies and demonstrate the wide range of jobs that are available.
Nick Garthwaite, the driving force behind the initiative, acknowledges that whilst many manufacturers work hard to attract youngsters into the sector, there is scope for others to do more.
Really, our ambition is for as many manufacturing companies as we can get to open up their doors during the week we've picked in order to give young people work experience so we can demonstrate the fantastic range of jobs we have available and the different career opportunities there are for young persons in the future.
A programme of tours, company visits and seminars are planned. The organisers aiming to reach more than 20,000 teenagers at 75 schools and to create 1,000 work experience days.
Manufacturing really is the backbone of the British economy, and bringing talent like this together is really a great initiative across Yorkshire. We're really looking forward to working with the schools and colleges to really bring this to life and make it a huge success.
Your school is involved in Bradford Manufacturing Week, and you will be involved in lots of different events during this week. Some of the events take place in Bradford Centre, so you will be able to come along out of school hours.
Our most precious early memories are of making, building, creating. And when we create, we inspire. Britain is a nation of great manufacturers and innovators, and what we make is loved by the world. We are harnessing new technologies that will drive the next generation of ideas and services. The fourth industrial revolution is here, and we are embracing it. We're pushing the boundaries of science and research and setting the standards for others to follow. At the heart of communities throughout the United Kingdom, we are manufacturing world-class products. Highly skilled people and innovative businesses, driven and inspired by a common vision, continue to build the industries of the future. This is business working for Britain. Manufacturing remains the lifeblood that courses through all industry. From the smallest niche provider to the biggest global player, engineering is at the core of everything we do. We're training the engineers and technicians of the future. And with the backing of government, an industrial strategy could reinvigorate business for decades to come. We are the leading manufacturing nation, export-focused and trading around the globe. Our past, a firm foundation for an even greater future. The UK manufacturing industries. Made in Britain, loved by the world.
If you enjoy making things, then manufacturing could be one of those job ideas that you need to investigate. If you enjoy working with plastic, wood, metal, technology, and interested in STEM subjects, you may be interested in making things with those. So if you're interested in textiles, food, warehouse work, or anything else, just give it a thought. Also, there's lots of different backroom jobs. And don't forget, manufacturing jobs come at lots of different levels, all the way from level 1 all the way up to degree level. When you talk to adults about manufacturing, they'll give you lots of information, but some of it might be out of date because manufacturing is changing, it's modernising, it's involving technology. So some manufacturing of products are just the same as they always were, but lots are changing now and will change in the next few years. Are you going to be part of that change? It's an exciting time in manufacturing.
What will the future of manufacturing be like? Imagine if everything you needed came exactly how you wanted. Super quick and in an eco-friendly way.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lamptey and I'm here with Zoe Webster. So what can we expect?
Well, things will be very different. You'll be closer to manufacturing. You'll see it in places you wouldn't currently expect to see it, from in hospitals, in small and local businesses, and in the home, and it'll be a lot more personalised.
So what kinds of things will this involve?
Well, if you needed a new part for a household appliance, you could order it, get it made locally, and get it delivered to your door within a couple of hours. Or if there's a medicine you need, you could get that tailored to your genetic makeup and made at the GP or the chemist.
Will this be better for the environment?
It will. There'll be a lot less waste and less of a need to store large amounts of inventory in big warehouses. And also, advances in 3D printing and additive manufacturing will reduce waste even more and make it possible to make products and components that we can't make now.
Do you think this is something that people are going to buy into?
I think so. I think there'll be make miles, much like food miles. People will be much more empowered with data and information about where things are made and what they're made out of.
Is this local approach going to mean the end of large factories?
No, we will still need them to generate economies of scale. We'll need them, for example, to mass produce complex products that we'll need for large and growing international markets.
Okay, so how will those be different from what we already have?
They'll be much more efficient. They'll be operating in a closed loop or circular economy system where the waste from one process can be the input to the next.
Then I assume the Internet of Things will play a big part in this.
It will. Everything will need to be connected to ensure that supply can keep track of changes in demand. So processes will be closely monitored to ensure we can minimise downtime or process hold-ups, and materials will be tracked as they get recycled and reused from product to product.
Okay, so an obvious question perhaps, will there still be a place for people in factories?
There will be, but there'll be more autonomous robots working alongside people. So the robots can take care of the repetitive, the dangerous type stuff, and the people can focus on where human interaction is so valuable. So in design, engineering and innovation, and customer and supply relationship building.
So lastly, how will all of this stuff change our lives?
Well, you'll be able to get whatever you need or want in whatever form you want it, made locally or wherever it needs to be, and delivered to you much more quickly with much less impact on the environment.
So whether you're a manufacturer or a consumer, we're going to see much more manufacturing as a part of our everyday lives. So what do you think?
There are lots of different jobs in manufacturing and they're all at different levels. So we're going to investigate the different levels that you can get into depending on your grades. So if you achieve 4 GCSE level 4s or above, and preferably level 5s, then you can apply for a technician level job. And this basically means that you will be working towards, first of all, a level 2 qualification, and that gives you the qualification that says you can actually do the job, and then you can move on to a level 3. And just so that you're aware, a level 3 qualification, a workplace qualification, is equal to 2 A-levels. And you can apply for these at the end of year 11. During year 12, if you unfortunately decide to leave year 12, or in year 13. However, should you achieve better grades than that, you can possibly go straight on to the level 3 qualification. So that is for technician level. If you're going to achieve better grades than that and perhaps stay into a college or into a sixth form, then you hopefully will come out having achieved level 3 qualifications, which could be a BTEC level 3 or A levels. And from that you can apply for different engineering level jobs, and these we describe as being level 4, level 5 and level 6. And some of the qualification names that you will come across are HND, which stands for Higher National Diploma, FD, which stands for Foundation Degree, and Degrees, which I'm sure you're aware of. So just to recap, if you achieve 4 or 5 GCSEs at level 4, you can apply for a level 2. If you do slightly better, you can apply for level 3. And if you do better still by staying on into further education at college or sixth form, you should come out with a level 3 qualification and you can apply for level 4s, 5s and 6s. When I mentioned achieving GCSE level 4s and 5s, some of you may have switched off, thinking, I won't get those grades, I can't get into manufacturing. That's just not true. There are jobs at level 1, and for these, if you've achieved some GCSEs, and don't forget, GCSE pass is level 1, 2, 3, and of course 4 and above. So if you achieve GCSE level 1, GCSE level 2 or level 3, you can still apply for manufacturing. Now, what you need to understand is you're probably going to be applying for a traineeship, and this is to prepare you both in terms of work-based skills, but also to give you the opportunity to improve your maths and English, because everybody after year 11 who has not achieved a level 4 at GCSE in maths and English has to retake the qualifications in maths and English, because we all need maths and English in everyday life. So don't forget, you can still get into manufacturing at level 1. Now, once you have achieved those maths and English and you've achieved a level 1 qualification, you get the opportunity to move on to a level 2. And again, if you still haven't finished your maths and English, that can continue. So once you've achieved your level 2 qualification, there is nothing stopping you from moving on to a level 3 qualification. So all the routes that I mentioned previously on the last slide are still available to you. It just is that not everybody is always successful at school, but we hope that you will be. But do not be disheartened, because there is an opportunity in manufacturing and engineering for you. You just need to talk to someone. Talk to your careers advisor, talk to your teachers, and they will help and guide you in terms of what you can apply for. So let's just recap on what we've talked about so far. If you achieve GCSEs less than level 4s, you can apply for a traineeship. You will retake your maths and English, but hopefully after about a year you will have achieved that level 1 qualification, you will have been experiencing and working within manufacturing, and you will have achieved better maths and English qualifications. After that, it's a level 2. Now, if you do already achieve level 4s and 5s in your GCSEs, you can apply straight for that technician level, and that's level 2s, and hopefully you can then move on to level 3. If you stay on into education after year 11 and you achieve a level 3 qualification such as a BTEC level 3 and A levels, you can go straight in and apply for jobs and apprenticeships as an engineer, and that's level 4s, 5s and 6s. And again, the qualifications are HNDs, foundation degrees and degrees. So there is something in engineering and manufacturing for every single person. As you saw from the previous slide, there are lots of different ways of getting into manufacturing and engineering. One of the most common ways is through an apprenticeship, and you can do this at level 2 or level 3, or for higher qualifications, these would be higher and degree apprenticeships. You just need to have a look on the National Apprenticeship Service website, and So just a quick recap, you can get into manufacturing with very few qualifications, all the way up through good GCSEs, all the way through level 3 qualifications. You can study for a degree at university and then get a job actually being an engineer. So whatever level you are, you can investigate and find out what the jobs are in manufacturing. And there are lots of different types of manufacturing jobs. Investigate them out on the National Careers Service website under job profiles. It's an exciting time to be part of manufacturing. UK manufacturing is thriving. We are currently the world's 8th largest industrial nation, and if current growth continues, the UK will break into the top 5 by 2021. That's only the next few years. Be part of the manufacturing that is taking place within the UK. Manufacturing makes up 44% of total UK exports. 70% of business R&D, that's research and development, and directly employs 2.6 million people. Are you going to be one of those? Job prospects in manufacturing and engineering are excellent. And this is because there is a shortage of people with the correct skills in all parts of manufacturing. Lots of the older skilled workers are coming up to retirement age. There is a need for new young people to bring their expertise, their knowledge, their training and their inventiveness into manufacturing. So are you going to be one of those people? When we talk about manufacturing and engineering, we know that some of the girls in the audience sit back and think, this is just not for me. But think about this. If you enjoy making things, if you enjoy creating things, if you enjoy organising, if you enjoy planning, if you enjoy technology, if you enjoy playing on your phone, if you enjoy lots of different technical things, then manufacturing and engineering could be something for you. One person who was an inspiration is Joanna Robinson, who's the managing director of Mansfield Pollard. This is an engineering company in West Yorkshire, and she is named as one of the most influential women in the north of England. Why not find out more about her role in an engineering company, and see whether or not that's something you might like to do.
I started my engineering career as an apprentice when I finished school in 2001. I went from sitting at a desk in a classroom to being surrounded by large products and machinery that I had never seen before. It was a very exciting change. I spent the first years of my apprenticeship working in different areas of the shop floor, learning the manufacturing process, firstly in machining, then fitting, followed by inspection and assembly. I then focused my apprenticeship training on the CNC turning and milling machines, initially working on the conventional lathes. This was a challenge as the products have to meet very high standards. My apprenticeship lasted 4 years. After completing my apprenticeship, I was able to progress into the design team and learn technical aspects and design of products. After a few years, I was given the opportunity to move into the production engineering department as a planning engineer.
When we think about manufacturing and engineering, we can sometimes forget about all the other people involved in making sure that business is profitable. There are the business administrators, the office people who keep everything flowing in and out from the business side of things. The finance and bookkeeping, making sure that invoices are sent out, that bills are paid on time. The accountant who looks at the profitability of the whole company. The office manager keeps everything running smoothly, the liaison between different departments. Legal services can be so important, not only in terms of making sure that all the health and safety is adhered to, but also that all the legal requirements are, and perhaps there is a need for a patent to be taken out. That is a legal service that is quite complicated. There is a need for transport and logistics in many companies, getting the goods out to the customer on time just when they need it, but also making sure that the goods that coming in that need to be made into something arrive on time. Health and safety. We cannot afford in any manufacturing and engineering company to have somebody injured. It's important that we also have people involved in marketing, raising the profile of the company so people choose our products over somebody else's. The contract manager, the bid writer, these are people who are constantly putting together the contracts, the bids in terms of bringing in the business. And sales, so important. In some particular industries, the salespeople have to get out there and sell to other companies or to organisations. You could be doing one of those jobs. Let's look at some of the other roles that are perhaps a little bit more practical in supporting manufacturing and engineering companies. There's IT support. No company can survive these days without using IT in some form or another. Electricians, in some of the bigger businesses, they employ their own electrician to keep the products being manufactured on time. So if something breaks down, the on-site electrician will fix it. Mechanical engineer, so if you've got big machinery, you do not want to have to wait days for an engineer to come out, so you employ your own. Research and design, many products nowadays using high levels of technology, and so you do your own research and design, making new products, making them smarter, making them more efficient, making them easier to produce. Often you will have apprentices, and so you will need a training manager, not somebody to also oversee the apprentices if you've got more than one. So training is a big issue. And certainly as more and more skills are required in the future, you'll be retraining your workforce. Security. Sometimes some of the products, some of the goods that you have are very, very pricey, very expensive, and you need a good security system and a good security team. Warehouse and packaging. You need to get the goods out to the customers. Somebody has to do that job. It's such a valuable job. The drivers make those deliveries. In large companies, they even have their own canteen. And so catering can be an important part of it. Keeping the staff happy is such an important part. If you have a happy workforce, they work better for you. Facilities manager, that's basically the properties manager, and they keep the whole building working and functioning, and are the person who pulls everything together to make sure that we in the company can do our jobs. And of course, you can't run a big organisation, a big building, without having cleaning staff as well. Again, an important role. So there is something there for everybody, and particularly if you want to do something practical, there is a job there that you can do. So you've started to get an interest in manufacturing, but you're not sure how to get into it. Well, there are a number of different ways. The most common way, if you've got GCSEs, is to apply for an apprenticeship. And you can apply for a level 2 or a level 3 depending on what grades you achieve. If you don't get those, just remember that you can apply for a traineeship. If you're going to achieve a level 3 qualification such as A levels or a BTEC level 3, you can apply for the higher level or perhaps even the degree apprenticeships. But really you need to talk to somebody, so talk to somebody in school, perhaps a careers advisor or your teachers who will be able to advise and guide you on that. It's an exciting time to get into engineering and manufacturing, but before you do, you need to do some more research. On the screen you will see the National Careers Service website, and you can find out about different jobs on there. The job profiles tell you how much you'd get paid, how long the training is, and how you get into that job. And it's important to check out the skills and abilities section to make sure that you match what is asked for in the job. Also on the screen you'll see a website about apprenticeships. Here you can look at the vacancies. Now don't forget, apprenticeship vacancies will change all the time. It's like applying for a job. And so look at the start date for the apprenticeship and check that you are going to be available then. So you cannot start a job until you've left school. You will also see that there is the Bradford Manufacturing Weeks website. Click on that and it'll take you to lots more information. So one of the other things that you can do is talk to different people, talk to your parents and carers at home, talk to your teachers and talk to your careers advisor. Each of these people will be able to help and advise you about the different routes available.